Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the final didactic video of my PT school journey. It's crazy we are already at this point, but this week is going to be relatively short in terms of we're just kind of finishing out our classes. Today is actually our white coat ceremony, where this morning we have a kind of class to go over some of our final things before our clinical experience number 3. Then we're going to be setting up our posters to present our capstone projects to our classmates, to our family members, and to our faculty members. And then we're going to have our white coat ceremony to kind of send us off to clinic, even though we do still have a few more classes to go. On Tuesday, I'm going to have my oral exam for integrated practice to finish that class off. On Wednesday, we kind of have a class to go over some final requirements that we have before we reach things like graduation and even things to start considering as we're going through clinical experience number 3. And then on Thursday, we have our last class of our didactic content, Health Promotion and Wellness 2, where we're just doing some presentations to end things off. So it should be a very light week. Outside of that, we're also going to be continuing on our NPTE studying. Now, even though I didn't record this weekend, you didn't miss any of the NPTE studying because I really didn't touch it. I tried to make it at least manageable for me for today, since I know that I'm just going to keep going with it. So I'll still have a little bit of my weekend content to do, the things I had planned on Saturday, but it shouldn't take too much extra time on top of what I already had planned for today. But I'll make sure to keep you guys updated on all the NPTE studying. But we're pretty much wrapping everything up this week, and I'm excited to see what it holds. Well, it was a wonderful afternoon, getting to go through our white coat ceremony and everything, just hanging out with friends, getting to present our capstone posters. I have mine, I get to keep it, so that will be fun to have as a memento, and I'll potentially be able to use it if I get accepted to that Colorado APTA conference that's coming up later in September, but I won't know about that until the end of the month, so I'll make sure to keep you guys updated if I hear about that. But the rest of the evening is pretty much just going to be enjoying the time with my family while they're here. We're going to go out and get a nice dinner and then just kind of relax the rest of the night. So outside of that, I will tomorrow have to get back into the school mode because I have my oral exam for integrated practice. So I'll have to spend at least a little bit of time later this evening focusing on my preparations for that. But I do have at least a little bit of time in the morning, since that won't be until about 10 a.m. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday I didn't record very much just because I was spending the last few hours I had with my parents before they headed out, and then I brought them over to the airport in the afternoon to make sure that they were all set to go. But then in the evening I got to spend a bit more time with my friends and the family that they still had there, doing a little cookout together. So that was really fun, but as a result, I really didn't do a whole lot outside of those things because we just kind of hung out all the way into the late hours of the evening. So then I just went to bed, and now I just woke up, brought my girlfriend over to the hospital, and I'm gonna head back home and go back to sleep, since I still have a few hours until I have to head to our kind of final requirements class this morning at 9 o'clock. So I'm going to get the last few hours that I can of sleep to make sure that I get all the hours that I need. But then we're going to try and spend a good chunk of today catching up on the NPTE studying that I have kind of gotten behind on again, which I'm not too worried about because it's only a couple days and it's really early on, so I know that I'll be able to recover from it, but that's at least going to be the focus for the rest of today. Good morning, everyone. So I am just heading back from dropping off Kate at the hospital, and basically yesterday we had our last final requirements class where we were just going over everything that we need to think about before we end up graduating in December. And then I had the entirety of the afternoon and evening to be able to kind of do whatever I needed to. So after taking a little bit of a break and getting myself some food, I started chipping away at all of the NPTE studying that I needed to catch up on, because I was about 4 days behind with my parents coming into town, which it was great to see them and everything, but now it's good that I was able to catch up a little bit, and now I'm only 1 day behind, and I'm going to hopefully be fully caught up or even a day ahead by the end of the day today, just because I want to make sure that I'm staying on top of that, because I don't want to fall behind too much. But today, later after I get up and get a bit more rest, we're going to have our final class of the didactic portion of PT school left. So that will be exciting to have that behind us and kind of be moving forward. But in the meantime, I'm going to head back to bed, and I'll see you guys later today. All I can really start off with is, wow, we have made it over 2 years through 7 semesters to get to almost the end of my Doctor of Physical Therapy school program. That is so incredible how fast it has really kind of flown by, how much I've learned and everything like that. So it's crazy that it's almost done, and I really only have 2 things now in between me and graduation, and that is clinical experience number 3, as well as studying and taking the NPTE. So when we're thinking about clinical experience number 3, I'm super excited to announce that I will be in an inpatient pediatric setting for inpatient rehab, where I'm going to be working with kids who have either traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, other neurological diagnoses, and I'll have the opportunity to go around this hospital and observe other aspects of inpatient pediatric care. So I am super excited for it. If you're excited for it as well, make sure to let me know in the comments down below, and what, if you are a PT student, what you're kind of interested in, so that I can kind of hear if you guys are excited for it as well, what other settings you guys are going into yourselves if you're preparing for your other clinical experiences. But outside of clinical experience number 3, I'm going to be studying for the NPTE. As you guys saw earlier today, I caught back up on my NPTE studying after spending basically this week finishing out school and spending time with my family since they were in town, as well as my friends, to just make the most of those last final memories before I don't see a lot of them for a good amount of time. But in regards to the NPTE and studying, I hope to continue making videos just regarding my NPTE studying throughout the next 2 weeks, since I'll be on break. Of course, I am going to take some time to relax as well and do other things, but I want to keep you guys updated on my progress so you can see exactly how it's going for me and what I'm studying, since right now it's been a lot of musculoskeletal systems, and especially knowing that my clinical experience number 3 is going to be working with a lot of individuals who have neurologic conditions. I am making sure to time that in my plan, where I'll be covering those things just before I start that experience. So if you're interested in that, make sure to look out for those videos throughout the next couple weeks, as well as I'll try and throw in a couple either stereotype videos or other type of things just to diversify what I'm posting, since I know that I've really only posted day in the life content for a little while now. But that's really all that I have for this video. If you enjoyed this one and are excited for me to take the next step in my final chapter of PT School, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below to follow for more, as well as check out the link in my description down below if you want to have 20% off of a Picmonic subscription, and you can always use their 5-day free trial if you want to see what they have to offer before fully committing to a plan. But thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate all the support from you guys as my viewers, from my classmates, from my family and friends, everyone who has supported me along the way. And we just have one more semester left, so super excited for it, and I hope you all are too. But this has been KBDPT, and I'll see you guys in the next video.